Hi everybody and welcome to Lenovo. My name is Zoran and I will bring you today to the first episode of Inside Ducati Team. We collected via our socials a bunch of fun questions and we are entering now a super easy Q&A session, or better a relaxed chat with Andrea Dovizioso, Desmo Dovi. Hello Andrea.
Ciao Zoran. Ciao. Hello everybody.
Okay, first of all, how are you and where are you? Are you in Forlì at your home?
Yes, like everybody at home. And yes, I'm in Forlì, in my house.
Mm-hmm. And how the things are going now? Okay, you're pretty lucky. You're a good house. I think you have also an external garden, right?
Yes, about that I'm really lucky because I have my house, the garden, so I can spend the time outside of my house here, and the time is good. But you know, we are not used to be a lot of time on your house, so it's not that easy.
Right. And concerning that, I'm curious, and also Achille, that's the first question for you. Achille via Facebook say just, ciao Andrea, and he's asking, he's pretty curious about to know if you, in this particular period, you rediscovered some old passion, like some hobbies that you had to leave during your normal life.
Well, not really. The good things about this lock is make better your house, all your stuff. I mean, I'm racing from a long time, so I have a lot of stuff, and there was a big disaster in my garage. So now it's pretty much better than before.
And another question, we all of us, we know that you as a writer are really taking care about your fitness. And also Francesca via Facebook is asking, how do you stay fit in this lockdown, in this period? And especially, did you jump on food like most of the people does, or can you be strict and avoid all those temptations?
Well, I'm pretty lucky because until 1 week I was able to go every time in my new build, 4 kilometers from here. I have a gym, so I was able to do all my training easily, so that was good. I never stop. I'm even training a bit harder because now we are able to train in the way you want. You don't have to be ready for the next weekend because you have to race. So you can work in a bit different way. This is positive. About the food, it's not easy, especially if you are Romagnolo, and it's difficult when you stay home. I mean, the Italian food and our food is so good. So sometimes I'm not that restricted.
Okay, we are lucky basically in Italy because in the last 1 or 2 years, they just rediscovered the carbs all around the world. So carbohydrates are good now because before they were forbidden, but I can imagine it's not easy for you. And also talking about the fitness, we are talking now since years about your fitness and your application to your training and your workouts. Max via Facebook is curious to know how you're keeping extra fit and what is your favorite exercise, or at least favorite exercise, especially now. And then he's saying Forza Italia and Desmo Dovi.
Well, I'm training. I believe on the training, and I'm training from a long time. But I like to do sports. I'm not loving it doing exercise at the gym. So I'm doing every weekend. This is my job, so it's not a problem. But I'm not that kind of person. I want to be at the gym. I mean, especially if you are a rider. When you are very young, you are used to race and are fit. So it's a different mentality. But we know how tough it is to ride a MotoGP bike. So you have to be fit. Everybody now increase a lot. They work at the gym. And it's really important to do the right things, for sure.
And Willie is asking you via via Instagram, how do you stay fit in confinement now? So are you going to the gym? Are you able to go to move a little bit, or you have to train at home, or in which way are you training?
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, they changed a little bit the rules, so I'm not able to go out. But yes, normally I was training in my gym. Unfortunately, I'm not able to ride like before with motocross, and that was one big part of my training, because you are able to be on the bike and use your heart really high. So I really miss that kind of style.
Right. And especially because you're missing the contact with the bike, but Willie also always on our Instagram is asking you, are you using the virtual reality headset, for instance, to stay in touch with the track and keep the speed and reflex? It's useful.
You mean PlayStation, something like that?
Something like that.
No, I don't have it because not because I don't like to play. I was playing when I was young, but I stopped to do that because I think in a normal life we have a lot of things to do. Also, especially because we are traveling a lot, especially if you are a father. I mean, there is a lot of things to do, and spend the time on a video game, I don't think is the bad things. I like to do that, so this is the reason why I didn't buy, and I don't have in my house. So normally I don't use the time in that way.
Right. And going back to the being in touch with the motorbike, now the lockdown we were under lockdown more than 1 month. Maybe let's say we can think about 2 months of lockdown. And Alessandra via Facebook is asking you, do you think you will need some time to get back in confiance with the motorbike? And how much maybe?
About MotoGP, for sure, because I mean, normally we are not riding a lot, also in a normal year, but we never stay more than 2 months and a half without the bike, and that will be hard because you can't be ready to put intensity in that kind of bike. It's impossible. You can train as hard as you want, whatever you want, but it's impossible because it's a different things. Everything is different. The power, the tires, is something really extreme. And if we race in this season, we will race directly, straight, without the test. It will be hard. It will be the same for everybody, but it will be really hard. Also, if we will do one test, it will be not enough. But in this situation, I don't think exists another way to try to race.
Yeah, or to avoid the situation, you would just be put directly into the MotoGP racing. And thinking about MotoGP, I think I can imagine that you feel a lack of. No, you felt the need for speed, for sure, because you're staying still now. And Mirko about this via Facebook is asking you, do you remember your highest speed on motorbike ever? And do you remember that? And how many k's per hour?
Yes, I did last year in Mugello. I think it was 356.7. Is a really high speed, but is a high speed because we did on the jump on Mugello, in Mugello.
Yeah.
That is the difficult things. Not the real speed is something special. Yes, it's special, but the bike can do more. But doing in that chicane, because become a chicane, the last part of the straight in Mugello with that speed and that jump.
Right. And that was awesome. That was incredible. And also talking about this moment and other moments in your career, Michelle via Twitter is asking you, in which moment did you enjoy mostly your career?
Well, I have to answer, unfortunately, is related a lot to the result. So, like every sport, when you are on the maximum level, it's so difficult. The intensity and the risk you have to take is so high, and it's impossible to enjoy all the positive things you have. So it's really difficult and related to the result. I mean, what I really love, especially in the last 4 years in my career, is my program and my base, what I achieve in my career about the result, but it's more outside of the race, what I love. The training, the program outside of the race weekend, the relation I have with the people, in the way I'm able to live. I love that, and is what I miss in this moment, because we are locked. Because yes, I miss racing, but before I miss to do what I really love to do in my city, out of the race weekend.
Right, and that's a good question about this. We're just switching into the feeling of being part of a MotoGP team. Javi via Facebook is asking you, "Ciao Andrea," and my question is, what leads a team to win in MotoGP? So riders, engineers, technicians, etc. What is this feeling? What is important in a team to become victorious in MotoGP?
Well, like in every sport, is always in most of the sport is a group effort. I mean, there is a lot of things around the race. I mean, what you're doing at home with the people you have around you, but all the people. I mean, there is a lot of people working in the Ducati team. Everybody make the difference. Everybody is in. I mean, just the rider, just the bike, just some engineer is impossible. It's always a mix of a lot of things. That's why the teams need a lot of money, because they have to try to create the best situation for everybody. Developing the relation with the people make a big difference, and the relation I have with my group in the box did the difference in the last 2 years. In this, one important reason why at the end of the season there was up and down, but at the end we did an important result. So it's difficult to explain, but it's a really big word.
Right, and there's also another good question by Alessandro via IG, via Instagram. Okay, I'm just preparing this. During the years, you were always really, really clear that everyone is super important in the team. But on the other hand, your riders are like the center half, are like the frontman of the team. Yeah. So talking about the other riders of the team, how is your relationship with them, especially with Pirro? That's the question from Alessandro.
Well, it's not easy to have a good relation with all the riders. It's normal. In our sport, you have to fight. So it's not that easy. But I'm trying and always try to have a good relation, because I'm a relaxed person. I'm not that kind of person try to be close on what I'm doing to be fast. I love to speak with some other rider, what we can be better, train together. I mean, I'm really open about that. So I'm trying to have a good relation. But it's not that easy, because you can find a lot of strange riders. And the riders are also a bit strange person, because normally you start when you are 4 years old with a bike and you never stop. And to do that, you need most of the time a strange father or family to do that, and that can create a strange rider. And there is a lot of strange riders in our sport.
Right. Talking about okay, let's go into the racing. One question about the racing. This question from Kapil via Twitter, and your last laps together with Mark Marquez, your last corner attack and back are super famous now. And during the last lap wins against Mark Marquez, what was running through his mind? Capil is asking to you, what is intentional to wait till the last lap? Or what did you think about it?
No, especially if you fight with Mark, you don't want to arrive in the last corner with him. Every time it happened, I didn't decide that.
All right.
It's completely opposite. But the problem was he always found a way to finish the race with you. So I have to find a way to beat him. So it was really hard. I really didn't want to, in every battle, finish with him, but he's so strong, so fast. He's really good to adapt to the situation, and he was most of the time able to create something special and finish the race with me. So it was really hard, stressful, but to find a way is something so adrenaline. I mean, it's something special. It's what you really want to feel at the race. But it's so difficult to create that, and you have to take a lot of risks to do that things, and you have to be calm. And to be calm in that moment and take the right decision is very difficult.
The white horse.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm able to use that, normally
right.
It works.
And I remember about one of those last corner attacks. You said once, I did everything super well, everything was good, I was super fast, but the problem was that Mark Marquez wasn't supposed to be there in that moment. He was too close. But great battles. And also talking about the racing, Rishikesh via Instagram is asking you, what do you feel after winning or failing a race?
Well, failing a race, it happens most of the time for every rider. So this is something you have to learn the way to fail, and learn every time you fail. That is so important on your career in every categories. In pocket bike, European, 125, MotoGP is so important to improve, to learn, because nobody burn in, world champion. So everybody have to learn. It's so hard, so difficult. Depends in which way you lose, but it happened many times for everybody. But it's really important if you want to become a champion. And when you win, you feel so light. After that, you feel so light, and it's one of the best feeling you can have. It's so good. I'm really disappointed because most of the time I was able to did that. I didn't have a lot of energy to enjoy with the party after that, because you are destroyed after a weekend, all the pressure, all the tension. I mean, it's really difficult. So most of the time after the race and at the dinner, I mean, I did a lot of nice party, but most of the time you are done. So you feel so light, so good, but you don't have a lot of energy.
Empty, right. A question from my side, super fast question. Are you jealous about your motorbike or not?
Yes. But normally when you race for a factory team or MotoGP, I mean, not many people are able to touch or doing something. When you race in 125, 250 is a different story.
Right. That's why, you know why? Because just to end this Q&A, Luca via Facebook is just saying, ciao, Andrea, but in this period, you cannot race the bike. So can you let me try your bike?
But, in this moment, I don't know if the bike come back in Ducati. because normally the bike never come back in Ducati. They always traveling race by race, because all the work you're doing all the work during the race weekend. The mechanics look the race, work on the bike just during the race weekend. I think the bike stay in Qatar a lot of time, but now I think everybody come back in Ducati. Right. So if you want to try, you have to go there.
Okay, we will tell him. I think he already saw the question that had the answer. Dovi, that's it. That's all for the moment. And thank you a lot. A lot of thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just want to say goodbye to all your fans or our spectators.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. And thank you very much, Zoran.
Thank you, Dovi. And thank you to all of you guys. It's not over yet. It's just over today. So just keep quiet, stay at home, and stay tuned. See you. Ciao.